Hey everyone, it's Sean. Just wanted to have a quick conversation with you. I've been getting the same question from a number of different clients over the last month that we've talked about listing their houses for. And so, since running into this question so often, I thought it would be good to just put together a short video and provide this information to everybody all at one time. So, what's that big question? So, the big question is, what do I do first? What I'm finding is people have a tendency to believe that they should find a house to buy and then sell their home. And so let's talk through that real quick. So basically, for most people, when you go to sell a house, there's two transactions that are going to occur. You're going to have your first house, the one that you currently live in, and in many cases, people are selling this house and they're moving into a larger home. And what I'm finding is everybody says, well, I've got this house, but I don't want to sell this house until I find this house to buy. And so let's talk through that and see whether that really makes sense and what the issues are. So if you go to buy this second house first and you want to make an offer, we have to go to this person and say, I really want to buy your house. However, I can't close on this house until I sell the home that I've got right now. So what I would like you to do is go under contract with me and wait to close on this house until this house closes. And so because you're asking for them to do that for you, we have to decide, or this person, I guess I should say, has to decide whether they're going to be okay with getting under contract with you. When we do this, it's what we call a contingency for the sale of buyer's home, meaning that the contingency on purchasing this home it's contingent on you being able to get this home under contract and closed so that you have the money to then go ahead and purchase the second house. So what's the impact of doing that? Well, first of all, if I'm the seller of this home and you're asking me to take my home off the market, but you have to sell yours first, and there's going to be this time lapse, you're going to be requested, in most cases, to come with a much stronger offer. You're going to need to come with more money, more something to justify that. So now we know on this end, we're probably going to spend more money to be more competitive against other buyers that are looking at the same house with you, right? So let's say that they're willing to do that and you're able to get that house under contract at a higher price point. Now we've got to come back here and we've got to find somebody, because now we're on a time frame that we've got to get your house sold and the funds from this sale in hand so we can go ahead and get this one closed. So now what are you going to do over on this side? Well, on this side, now you're going to be in a time crunch and you've got to figure out how to get this house sold. So now what's going to happen over here on this side, generally speaking, you're going to have to start getting excited about getting this sold and potentially having to take less money for it, potentially having to do repairs to make sure that this house can sell, and all those scenarios that can come up when you're doing this kind of a transaction. So you also have the factor of time in this situation as well. So now we're on a time crunch. Actually, I was having this conversation with an agent today who's in this exact scenario and having a difficult time getting this property under contract for his client because this side isn't ready to go. And the timing of that close is becoming the big difficult point for them. And so now you're in a rush to try to get this one closed, which means you're going to be more likely to get less out of your transaction. You're over here trying to get these people under contract and likely going to end up spending more. So what's the option? What if we did this the other way around, and instead of trying to buy first and sell later, we decide we're going to first go out and we're going to make an offer on this house, I did that backwards. We're going to first start by selling this house. Because if we focus on getting your house sold, now we can make sure we put all the marketing pieces in place, that we do everything possible to get the maximum money for the sale of your home, not controlled by a clock at this point, because what we're most concerned about is maximizing the sale price of your home. Then, once we've got this dialed in, we're able to go over here and make a no contingency offer, or an offer without a contingency for the sale of your home, and be able to make an offer here. Even if we have to make a contingency on your home, let's say that this isn't going to close for 60 days, you're already under contract. Most people will be willing to go under contract with you at that point. So now you're able to negotiate on this side more aggressively and likely pay less money for the purchase of this home. So in this scenario, you're also, that clock, you're not under the same kind of pressure, right? Let's say that you go to sell this house and somebody wants to move in. Well, you're 45 to 60 days from closing in our current market environment with appraisal and title and all those things. And let's say, let me ask you this question. If somebody came to you tomorrow and said, I'll give you $8 million for your house, would you move out? Right? If somebody came to me right now and said, I'll give you $8 million, my question would be, am I allowed to go get anything out of my house? Right? I mean, that's the reality. So if somebody came and was willing to offer you the right amount of money for your house and give you the right amount of time for the move, would you be willing to stay in a Residence Inn for a couple of weeks while you were in transition on your closing? Or stay in your, I had a client here just a couple months ago who moved from out of state, and they stayed in their motorhome for about 3 weeks in the transition while all of the parts and pieces got completed, appraisal, time frame, and all that kind of stuff. So in this case, you're going to end up with way less stress, likely more money on the sale of your house, less cost on the purchase of your other home, because you're now much more competitive on your ability to make an offer and not have an extra contingency in there. And obviously, this is all up to you, right? My job as a professional realtor is to sit down with people and walk them through how this works, how the process of selling and buying a home work, and what really happens when it comes to dollars and cents, timing, and all those kinds of things. So if this is something that you would like to talk about, you'd like more information on, you have some questions maybe about how you would do this with your own personal property, feel free to give us a call. As always, 406-702-3949. Be happy to talk to you, answer any questions I can for you. But there's an idea, something that I think everybody that I'm talking to in the market right now, the 4 people I'm meeting with this week, I'll have the same question. So I hope that helped answer that. And once again, this is Sean with the Johnston Property Group, where we bring real estate to real life.